Good morning. Today we are here on Cardenal Cisneros and we are going to talk about productive skills in English. And we are going to talk with an expert on this topic. Good morning again. Can you explain more about this topic?
Yes, of course, but we have to do it later because now I'm in class, okay?
Hello everybody, I'm here again. I have to say that there are 4 basic skills in any language: receptive skills, which are reading and listening, and productive skills, which are speaking and writing. All have the same importance, and we should try to incorporate all of them into our lesson if we want to have a balanced approach. Although speaking and writing are different in many ways, they both are used for the same purpose: to communicate. In many ways, writing is the most neglected skill. Writing is often relegated to homework, which is frequently not done, so the skill is never developed. It is true that most of students prefer to focus on their speaking skills, but this doesn't mean that writing should be ignored. In many ways, writing is the most difficult skill, because it requires a greater degree of accuracy. With speaking, any misunderstanding can be easily explained, whereas this is not possible in writing. Speaking, on the other hand, requires a greater degree of fluency because the speaker will rarely have time to think an answer. Communication between people is a very complex and very changing thing, but there are generalizations that we can make that have particular relevance for the teaching and learning of languages. When 2 or more people are communicating with each other, we are sure that some of the next situations are taking place. For example, if someone wants to communicate to each other, it's because they have something to communicate, or they want to say something, or they want to listen to something, or they are interested in something. So therefore, if a teacher wishes to introduce a communicative activity to students, he should bring in a number of the mentioned factors. The teacher must create the need in the students to communicate. If these factors are not present, the activity will not be the success that the teacher could have envisaged. If the students don't see the point in doing something, they will not want to participate. There are 2 kinds of activities to improve the productive skills. Accuracy activities, which are concentrated on producing correct language. Such activities are usually controlled to ensure accurate reproduction of language. And in the other hand, fluency activities, which are concentrated on allowing the student to experiment and to be creative with the language. We are less concerned with accuracy and more concerned with the effectiveness and flow of communication.
Hello, I'm Jaime Tamayo and I'm going to explain you how to deal with speaking at the class. To begin with, we have 3 types of activities: control activities, guided activities, and creative communication activities. Control activities, here the teacher sets everything, sets the time and the topic. And with this activity, what we want is to make them talk quickly, and we are evaluating their amount of the vocabulary, their level of vocabulary, because they have a few times just to explain what we are saying to them. So maybe this type is the most difficult one. The guided activities is maybe a point between the other 3 types of activities. Guided activities is just the teacher gives them a lot of time, but the teacher sets the topic. And in the last one, the creative communication activities, the teacher just listens, and the teacher gives to the students playing time, and they can set the topic they want to talk about, and that's all about the types of activities. the most difficult point to deal with in speaking is the shyness. We have lots of students that they don't feel comfortable speaking in public. Okay, for that we have this point, free activities. There are some techniques to make them interact, and all of them could be in one type of activity that we are going to divide it in before, during, and after the activity. Before the activity, we just have to give them the aims we want to develop. They have to have it clear. Then we have to give them some scaffolding, free time just to prepare it. Then during the activity, it is the key point. If they want to, we could record them. We have to give them free. We have to let them prepare it. Then we have to make the activity a part of the process. We don't have to make the activity as they don't have to feel that the activity is the evaluation part. Because if they feel that we are evaluating them, they are going to get even more nervous. So we have to make them know that it is just a part of the process. And finally, after the activity, if we have recorded them, we should show them the recording activity, the recordings, and make them some feedback. The students should always make a positive feedback to their partners, and we as teachers are the ones who have to make the negative feedback. We have to tell them the negative things, but in a positive way. Where, like, you should improve in this way, or it was great, but maybe you could improve this. I think that that's the most important point in the part of the after activity. So that was all, and I think that in this way we could prepare a very good activity about speaking with our students. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Mario and I'm going to talk about writing skills. Writing a text has acute a number of differences which separate it from speaking. Not only there are differences in grammar, vocabulary, but also in spelling, layout and punctuation. Despite these differences, many of these factors thus for speaking need to be considered. Regarding to the spelling, for example, a single sound in English can be written in many different ways because it is not a phonetic language. For example, difference in spelling, the same word is written in the same way. For example, read, mail, meet, or write. As teachers, we need to draw the students' attention to the different ways of pronouncing the same letters and have them do exercise to discover rules. One of the best ways to help students with spelling is through extensive readings. To help students learn different layouts of writings, they need to be exposed to and be given the chance to practice with the many different styles. After completing a piece of writing work, they get to spelling. They need to check it over for grammar, vocabulary, usage, as well as punctuation and spelling. As with the speaking activities, students will often require planning time for written work. As a conclusion and advice as future teacher, creative writing should be encouraged as it engages the student and the finished work usually provides them with the sense of pride. Typical creative tasks may include poetry, story writing, and plays. Thank you very much.